The fear behind people pleasing. EQ for real life. People pleasing is often misunderstood. It's usually described as being too nice, too agreeable, too worried about what others think. But people pleasing isn't really about being kind. It's about fear. And until you understand the fear behind it, people-pleasing can feel impossible to stop.
What people-pleasing really is. People-pleasing isn't about generosity. It's about safety. It's the instinct to keep things smooth, to avoid conflict, to make sure no one is upset, especially not with you. At some point, your nervous system learned that approval meant safety. Disagreement meant risk. Tension meant danger. So you adapted. Not consciously, but automatically. The fear underneath it. At the core of people-pleasing is usually one quiet fear. If I disappoint someone, I might lose connection. That fear can show up as saying yes when you want to say no, over-explaining yourself, apologizing too much, avoiding honesty to keep peace. It's not a weakness. It's the mind trying to protect belonging. Why does people-pleasing feel so hard to stop? Because it works, at least in the short term. People stay calm. Conflict is avoided. You feel accepted. But over time, something else happens. You start to feel drained, resentful, unseen, disconnected from yourself. Not because others are bad, but because your needs are always coming last. The difference between kindness and people-pleasing. This matters. Kindness is a choice. People-pleasing is a reflex. Kindness has boundaries. People-pleasing avoids them. Kindness comes from self-respect. People-pleasing comes from fear of losing approval. They can look similar from the outside, but they feel very different on the inside. Why saying no feels so uncomfortable? Because saying no feels like rejection, conflict, selfishness. But a healthy no isn't rejection. It's clarity. And clarity often feels uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to keeping the peace. The shift that changes everything. Here's the shift. You don't stop people-pleasing by becoming tougher. You stop by becoming more honest about what you can give, what you can't, what you actually feel. When honesty replaces fear, people-pleasing slowly fades. In closing, people-pleasing isn't a personality flaw. It's a learned response to feeling unsafe with disapproval. And the moment you realize that, you stop judging yourself for it. You begin to choose differently. Not louder. Not harsher. Just more honestly. And that's where real emotional strength begins. Thanks for watching EQ for Real Life.